We are proud to host you on our campus. So we'll just start with, if you could tell us a little about yourself.
So my name is Soumya. So I am from Delhi basically. So I did my engineering from NSIT, Netaji Subhash Institute of Technology. During my, I think, third year, I started developing interest in entrepreneurship. In my second year also I started one business, but it couldn't take off. In my third year I started this company, Hatke Stays. So it was on the idea, I love traveling. So basically I couldn't find some different and unique stays wherever I went. I was only going into hotels, mainstream hotels. So I wanted to build a platform from where people can book huts, local stays. So from there it was built and I started working on that. In my fourth year, I heard about the government program that was going on. Mr. Kejriwal, our CM, started it and I applied and I got selected in the program. So that's how my entrepreneurship journey started. Like I would say the real entrepreneurship journey started when we got funded, and from there my journey started.
Ma'am, the hospitality industry is absolutely cutthroat. I mean, I've seen the industry in my... So I've seen it personally, I've been on that side for a certain amount of time. So I know how cutthroat it is, and especially with the big players.
That's right.
Ma'am, how do you tackle issues of those players stepping into your segments? As of now, ma'am, probably, so for example, ma'am, if ITC suddenly decides that, listen, this is a nice idea, someone's doing really nicely in it, so I'm going to step in. So ma'am, how do you plan on keeping your edge compared to these companies?
Okay, so basically we are dealing into properties and we are dealing with small communities around, like in areas like Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, the tribal people of Uttarakhand and Himachal. So basically what we have is we have a contract signed with those people and with those properties. So there we make sure that they don't collaborate or work with other players. So that's how we maintain our work ethics with them. So if, like you are saying, if ITC thinks of stepping in, they can anytime, but there is a certain amount of, if we are giving nice business to the people we are working with, so it's easy to grow, I don't think.
So a lot of my batchmates out here, I've got other friends in these schools, people who start pursuing entrepreneurship. Ma'am, and ma'am, this is a very frank question I'm going to ask you. Ma'am, being a woman, ma'am, do you feel there are certain problems which you faced extra compared to perhaps a man who's going to start setting up his business? And ma'am, what are those problems and how should you tackle it? I mean...
So basically my journey, I started it in 2017. So it's been, I think it's 2020. So it's been 3 years complete. I'm into entrepreneurship. So there was a loan that was sanctioned to women entrepreneurs. So I went there in Bank of Baroda. So there was one chief manager I had to talk to. So he was like talking very dirty thing to me. It was like he was literally talking about something I should not talk about in front of the camera. So I felt very threatened. I was not feeling safe sitting in Bank of Baroda at that point of time. So these are the things that happens only to women. And I've been the victim of that situation. So in those situations, I just want to say, just keep your strength with yourself. These things will come on the way. I've been the victim, I think, twice or thrice. So I think it's all a part of the journey. I haven't told it to my parents because our parents become like, they are really worried about all these circumstances.
They will get more worried.
Yeah. Because if you are doing a job, even in the workplace also, women are not safe from the higher authorities like the boss, managers and all. So it's a part of the journey, I think. You can't do anything. You just have to make yourself strong, and if the case is severe, you should go to the police. That's all I can say.
Ma'am, a little more about Hatke Stays. So ma'am, whenever people plan on taking the vacations, now ma'am, if it's a group of independent friends who are gonna go out, ma'am, it's slightly different. They're more open to taking risks, they're probably a little more open to exploring new environments.
Yeah.
But ma'am, for example, a small family is about to step out, or it's a family outing. So ma'am, how do you sell your idea to them, ma'am? Because Hatke Stays is very new to the market. Ma'am, how do you go on differentiating yourself to probably a pre-established property, and how do you change those conceptions, and what are the common queries which you face?
So it totally depends on how we market our services and products. So as of now, we have been marketing for independent travelers, as you told me. If the family comes into the picture, there are many factors, like they have kids, small kids. The parents are not open to some different experiences because they want comfort. So for some properties that we know are comfortable and as they are as per the standards where family can live, can spend some time. So we market those properties in a certain way, and we on our Facebook marketing we market those kind of people, families, and we just do the simple marketing, and then we can attract those kind of crowd, like the family ones.
Okay, ma'am, how would you describe the impact of technology, ma'am? Because Hatke Stays is going in a very different zone compared to the other hoteliers who are present in the industry. Ma'am, what are the technological practices which can help the company in its operations? Ma'am, because the way we've seen the hotel industry, tech has always been a bit on the side. It's more of a manpower play out there, especially with the big players. So, ma'am, is there any way you can include tech in your operations so that it becomes much more smoother or it helps you out?
Yeah, so as far as technology is concerned, so from the customer's end, we try to make the stays accessible, and the stays, like, people don't know about those stays. So we try to bring the live pictures and live videos directly to the customers. So this is one kind of technology from the customer's experience side. And on the other side are vendors, like, who are hosting the guests. So we also make sure that they get to know about the guest easily from the dashboard that we have given them. So it's the technology works on both the sides. So we make sure that technology works well, and it bridges the gap between the understanding of the customer and the host.
So in a way, the community in which Hatke Stays is operating is also developing with. So it's.
Yeah.
Ma'am, a final question, ma'am. Your message to women entrepreneurs, and ma'am, specifically to women entrepreneurs who are going to start their journey.
So I think more and more women entrepreneurs should start building their own businesses, because when I got into this entrepreneurship, I couldn't find many women entrepreneurs working, many women working for their own dreams. Because I was always concerned, I always wanted to work with women, fellow women, but I couldn't find even a single woman who was matching with my passion, with my dream. Every girl was into job and everything, because there are some societal pressures, I think, that comes on the way. Because building a business, working on that full time is very tough, being a woman. So I would say, see a dream, work on it, and I think awareness should be there from the school time. Because even when I was in school, I didn't know much about entrepreneurship. I got to know when I was in my college. Maybe some part of it was because of the government schemes that came into the picture. So more and more those kind of schemes should be developed, and women should be more aware about the things around them. So
thank you so much for your experiences, ma'am. It's lovely to have you. I'm sure all the women entrepreneurs seeing this video would benefit largely from ma'am's experience. Thank you so much.